So, today we're going to talk about the curious case of the rock ghost type combo in the Pokemon series. So there's this trend with Pokemon where there aren't really any ghost rock type combos. Not a single one, not even a Mega or an other special form. And the funny thing is, I found around 8 Pokemon which could have the rock type added to their existing ghost type. And I put them into 4 groups: Bones, Rocks or Gemstones, Clay, and a little bonus Pokemon which I couldn't group into other groups. So let's stop beating around the bush like Riddle Crew and let's start with the Bone group. The first one on the list is Alolan Marowak, and it has the weakest reason to be having the ghost type added to it. For starters, it already has the fire type as a secondary typing, and I think it fits better to its lore and what it's based on. And the counterpoint is, yeah, bones are made from calcium. Calcium is a mineral, and what are rocks? Yeah, right.
They're rocks, Hank!
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie, I got some geodes coming that are very delicate, alright?
But here's the thing. The only bone within its body is a skull slash face. I don't know if it's part of its face or it's put on a skull on it, like Cubone. Or the bone it's holding. And so I personally wouldn't add the rock type to it. The next on the bone list is Cursola. And I couldn't really find if Cursola's body is made of calcium or not, but real life corals have an outer skeleton made of calcium carbonate. So I guess yeah, it could have the rock type added? Especially that Johtorian Cursola has also the rock type, as a secondary. But really, I would just add it to Cursola, which from a 2-type Pokemon went to be an underwhelming 1-type ghost. I mean, Gavin, look what you have done. The last one in the bone group is Houndstone. It's the same case as with Cursola. Its body literally consists of bones. It also has a gravestone on the top of its head. Goddamn, how is it not a rock type? Oh, I guess cause it burrows underneath. Yeah, some Pokemon are considered ground types just for burrowing and living underground. But more on that later. I would at least consider giving it the rock type. Okay, post-editing error fix. Greavard isn't actually a ground type. It's mono ghost, so yeah, there's that. Also, every bone move is ground typed, so I guess they consider bony Pokemon to be associated with ground type. The next category, we go straight to gemstones or rocks, or should I call it...
Marie, is that my minerals?
So the first and only one on all the lists, Mega Evolution, is Mega Sableye. And I guess Standard Sableye could also be counted, but let's just focus on the Mega. So looking at Mega Sableye, you think one thing, right?
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie, I got some geodes coming that are very delicate, alright?
Exactly, the gem isn't its body part. But, are you wrong, boy? Look at its Pokédex entries. It's highlighted them for you. They state that the gemstones and its, for shits and giggles I guess, turn into their body parts. And especially its Mega states that the gem on its chest grows so large and that it literally drops out. The only reason I couldn't see it typed Ghost Rock is because Dark and Ghost is also a pretty fitting type for it. And I guess even stronger. And a bonus fact! Until Gen 6, Dark and Ghost types had no weaknesses. The next on the Rock and Gem type list is Spiritomb. And yeah, you could think its true body is the stone, but nah, it's just bound to it, and in reality it is formed by 108 vengeful spirits. Its Pokédex entries don't stand nothing about its body being the odd keystone, so I think we just go to the next category. The next category is called Clay, and the first one is Golurk, and as you can see it's a golem. Golems in Jew folklore were human-like creatures made from clay. So clay isn't really a rock of some type, even with the blurry lines between the ground and rock type distinguishable. But yeah, I guess ground is fitting. Runerigus. There are not too many pocket entries for this Pokemon as in the ones we got from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Nothing trivial about its body. Only that it appeared to life from an ancient painting after absorbing the spirit of a Yamask. I mean, cave paintings and other ancient paintings could also be on rock walls, like in caves and so, but as this grace, we know literally too little to judge it by appearance. And the last bonus category, Pilosand. Pilosand is only here because Sandstorm is a rock type. Attack added in Gen 2. Well, all the other sand type moves are ground type. So yeah, I don't think so. There are basically so many aspects Pokemon could be ground type. For example, could burrow into the ground I mentioned before, like Nincada or Nidoking. They could be living in mud, have something to do with clay or like with Pilosand.
I don't like sand.
And with that little clip right there, I think it's a good way to end the video. Game Freak sure had at least a few occasions to add the rock type to some ghosts, but I guess they got their reason? Well, I digress.
The rocks, Hank.
Now, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you don't like it. But if you want more content, you know what to do. Sayonara.